This week's reading mentions the law of the Yafath, the captive, military captive, specifically a female captive, taken in war against the enemies. I know that sounds horrible in modern times, but this was standard practice in old days. The Torah actually made it a step better. Maybe less bad would be a better term. Yes, you could take a woman against her will, but you had to treat her properly. You had to marry her, and if she didn't want to, then she was set free. Not great by modern standards, but in the time and place, that was extraordinarily egalitarian and liberal. All right, regardless, social commentary aside, the Torah says that you bring her into your house, and she mourns for a 30-day period before you're allowed to marry her, if she's willing. It says she should cry over her father and her mother. Cry over her father and her mother because she was taken in a war. Presumably her mother and father are not doing so well right now, if they're still alive at all. Okay, she has to mourn them. There was one commentator that comments that when it says father and mother, it doesn't literally mean father and mother. These are allusions, allegorical allusions, to her foreign worship, idolatry, if you will, pagan worship of the nations, that she is leaving behind because she's being accepted into the nation of Israel. It seems a bit odd that the Torah should encourage this, let alone allow it. I mean, the fact that it even allows it is a thing. And here it's encouraging it. It gives her the opportunity to do that. I mean, paganism, idolatry, these are things that are absolutely disgusting to us. They're false. They're horrible. They shouldn't be encouraged. But here the Torah is saying, no, you have to give her the chance to do that. Why? Well, she's leaving this behind. She's accepting our ways. She's joining our people. She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to become Jewish. She can become a Noahide and just go live her life on her own. But she is. But she feels like she's leaving something behind. By way of analogy, I knew someone who was a convert. I don't like the term convert, but let's just go with it. Someone who became Jewish later in life, who commented, when I was growing up, in my family we did Christmas and the trees and the presents and all that, and I missed that sort of activity with my family. Now, what does this person say? Not, I miss the idolatry, I miss the worship of a foreign god, of a fake god. No, it was, I miss the tree, the decorations, the singing, the family all together, the presents. I miss this. And you know what? That's understandable. Because there's a certain emotional connection you have. And when you leave behind something to which you are deeply emotionally tied, even though intellectually you know you're going to something better, something proper, something true, it hurts. There's just that feeling of, I'm going to be missing something. The Torah acknowledges this, acknowledging that the lady in question is taking a step in the right direction, but that there will be those pangs of nostalgia. You have to give her the opportunity to get that out of her system before she can move on completely. Mourning, I always say, is highly subjective. Anytime I've had to deal with a funeral, which is something I've never enjoyed doing, I hope I don't have to do it too often, but when it comes up and people ask me about should I do this, should I do that, how should I, there are very few actual requirements for how to conduct mourning within the Torah law. Mourning, funerals, all this, these are highly subjective. It's not my place to tell you how to grieve. It's not anyone else's place. Oh, but when I lost my mother, it doesn't matter. That's how you dealt with it. It's not necessarily what's right for me. So much of our emotional experiences are subjective. So it's not our place to tell anyone else how to react. Keep that in mind. And keep in mind that when you're in a situation, for positive or for negative, it's up to you to decide what is proper. There are rules, yes, you must follow. But from an emotional point of view, how you feel about it is your business. I hope we can all find some way of dealing with all of our issues, positive and negative, in the way that is proper and appropriate for us. Shabbat Shalom.